This is the story of a superhero who lives among ordinary people, but has powers far beyond anything a normal human could imagine. He can fly across the sky in seconds, lift things no one else can move, and face dangers that would scare anyone else. But this time, the challenge in front of him is different. This is not just a fight of strength. It is a fight that will test his courage, his family, and everything he cares about. So, let's get started. It has been 32 days since Lex Luthor was released from prison after spending 17 years behind bars for a crime he didn't commit. Since the day he walked free, he has completely disappeared. No one knows where he is, and even Superman has been unable to find any trace of him. This makes Clark worried because a man like Lex Luthor never stays quiet for no reason. Meanwhile, after everything the Kent family has suffered over the past year, life finally seems to be getting better. Lois has successfully beaten cancer, and for the first time in a long time, the family can finally enjoy some peace. Wanting to celebrate this new beginning, Clark decides to take his family on a vacation. The plan is to spend a few relaxing days in Italy at Uncle Tal's house. As soon as Jonathan and Jordan hear the news, they become excited. After all the stress and problems they have faced, a trip to Italy sounds like the perfect escape. Later that afternoon, Lois arrives at her office with Clark. There, they meet Chrissy. Right away, Lois notices that her friend is acting a little strange. It looks like she is hiding something. Curious, Lois asks her what is going on. Chrissy hesitates for a moment before finally sharing her secret. She is pregnant. The news instantly fills Lois with joy. She congratulates Chrissy and happily celebrates the start of this new chapter in her life. It is a beautiful moment, and Lois couldn't be happier for her friend. But while everyone else is smiling, Clark seems distracted. He barely reacts to the news. The reason is simple. Just a short time earlier, he had received some shocking information. Judge Rian was found dead that very morning. The news immediately changes the mood. Without wasting any time, Clark and Lois head to the alley where the judge's body was discovered. Standing at the crime scene, Clark starts thinking about who could be responsible. He begins naming possible suspects and looking at every angle of the case. However, Lois already believes she knows exactly who is behind it. In her mind, there is only one person who would do something like this: Lex Luthor. Lois believes this wasn't just a random attack. She thinks Lex did it on purpose to send a message. According to her, Lex is now going after everyone who played a part in sending him to prison all those years ago. Since Judge Rian was the person who convicted him, she became the first target on his revenge list. If Lois is right, then this murder is only the beginning. Soon others could be in danger too. Clark can see that his wife is worried, so he tries to comfort her. He reminds her that she is not alone and promises that nothing bad will happen to her. He also points out that her father, Sam, is there to look after her as well. Clark wants Lois to feel safe, but deep inside, both of them know that Lex Luthor's return could bring serious trouble. Later that day, Jonathan and Jordan get a chance to meet their grandfather, Sam's new girlfriend. The meeting quickly becomes interesting because they learn something unexpected. John Henry and Natalie are thinking about moving to Metropolis. The reason is that they have been offered an opportunity to create new technology for the Department of Defense. When Clark and Lois hear this news, they are completely surprised. However, what shocks them even more is finding out how Sam met Cheryl in the first place. It turns out that he met her through a dating app. The revelation catches everyone off guard, and it quickly becomes a topic of conversation. Seeing Sam dating again is something the family never expected. As the evening continues, everyone gathers around the dinner table and starts talking about their upcoming trip to Italy. The family is excited about finally getting some time away from all the problems they have been dealing with. While discussing travel plans, Clark comes up with an unusual idea. Instead of spending money on airline tickets, he suggests that he and Jordan simply fly the entire family to Europe using their powers. From Clark's point of view, the plan makes perfect sense. Not only would it save a lot of money, but it would also save time. After all, Superman and his son can travel much faster than any airplane. Most people would probably think that sounds amazing, but Jordan doesn't feel the same way. The moment he hears the idea, his mood changes. For a long time, Jordan has wanted to use his abilities to help people and make a difference. However, his parents have always stopped him from acting like a superhero. They believe he still has a lot to learn before taking on that responsibility. Now, from Jordan's perspective, it feels unfair. Whenever he wants to use his powers to save someone, he is told no. But when the family needs a free ride to Italy, suddenly his powers are allowed. The situation frustrates him more than ever. He feels like his abilities are only being used when they are convenient for everyone else. Clark quickly notices that his son is upset. Clark tries to explain his point of view. He tells his son that the day will come when he can use his powers to help people, but first he needs to become more responsible. Clark reminds Jordan that he has already used his abilities in ways that attracted attention to himself. That is exactly what worries him. If people ever discover who Jordan really is, there will be no way to undo it. His normal life would be gone forever. Clark wants his son to understand that being a hero is not about fame or recognition. A true hero helps people because it is the right thing to do, not because he wants praise from others. When Jordan finally learns that lesson, Clark promises that he will have more freedom to use his powers. But Jordan is still unhappy with the answer. Meanwhile, Sam is spending time with Cheryl and enjoying a walk through the city. Everything seems normal until he receives a call from Natalie. As Sam reaches for his phone to answer it, something unexpected happens. Without warning, Cheryl grabs him and pulls him into a nearby alley. Before Sam can understand what is happening, another man suddenly appears. It is Otis. The moment Sam sees the stranger approaching, he becomes suspicious and asks what he wants. But before he can react, Cheryl betrays him. She pulls out a stun gun and shocks him, knocking him unconscious almost instantly. At the same time, Clark and Lois leave the restaurant and meet Natalie. She looks concerned and quickly explains that she was supposed to meet Sam and Cheryl about 20 minutes ago. The problem is that they never showed up. Hearing this immediately worries Lois. She quickly calls her father, but there is no answer. Something is clearly wrong. Clark decides to use his super hearing to search for Sam. After listening carefully, he discovers that Sam's phone is lying in an alley. The moment Lois hears that, she fears the worst. She becomes convinced that Lex Luthor has finally made his move and has sent people to kidnap her father. As Superman rushes off to find Sam, the story shifts to Lex Luthor's secret hideout. There, Lex is busy working on a terrifying plan. He orders one of his men to feed a creature that is locked away inside the hideout. Lex knows that as long as Superman is alive, Lois will always be protected. That is why his first goal is simple: destroy Superman. The story then jumps back 33 days earlier, shortly after Lex was released from prison. While searching through an abandoned subway system for a place to hide, Lex and Otis discover something shocking. Living deep underground is Bizarro. The strange Superman clone is barely alive. He is dirty, weak, and surviving by eating rats. The moment Bizarro notices the intruders, he attacks. He lunges at Otis and even tries to eat him. Luckily for Otis, Lex reacts quickly. He pulls out a powerful laser weapon and fires at the creature. After several shots, Bizarro finally falls. At first, Lex believes the problem is solved, but then something impossible happens. Bizarro comes back, and this time, he is even stronger than before. That is when Lex realizes something important. Every time Bizarro is killed, he returns stronger than he was before. Instead of seeing this as a problem, Lex sees it as an opportunity. He captures the creature and begins carrying out a cruel experiment. His plan is simple but horrifying. He repeatedly tortures and kills Bizarro over and over again. Each time the creature returns, it becomes more powerful. Week after week, Lex continues the process, making Bizarro suffer in the most painful ways imaginable. As time passes, the monster grows stronger and stronger until it becomes nearly impossible to destroy. Now Lex finally has the weapon he needs against Superman. That night, Lex personally approaches Superman and finally reveals why he wants revenge. He reminds Clark that years ago when he was arrested, he told Lois Lane that he was innocent, but nobody believed him, not even Lois. Because of that, Lex lost 17 years of his life, and now he wants everyone responsible to suffer. Before Superman can fully respond, a loud crash suddenly interrupts the conversation. A massive figure lands on top of the barn. It is Bizarro, and he looks more dangerous than ever before. Without hesitation, the monster attacks. His first punch hits Superman with incredible force and sends him flying toward the city. The battle begins immediately. As the fight continues, Clark notices his family and friends rushing toward him, desperate to help. But Superman knows how dangerous this monster truly is. The last thing he wants is for the people he loves to get hurt. So he orders everyone to stay back and stay away from the fight. Then he grabs Bizarro and takes the battle high into the sky. The two powerful beings exchange devastating punches as they crash through the air. Suddenly, Bizarro gains the upper hand. He slams Superman into the ocean and tries to hold him underwater. For a moment, things look bad for Clark, but Superman quickly fights back. Using his freezing breath, he covers Bizarro in ice and temporarily traps him. However, Superman knows the creature will not stay frozen for long, so he flies back toward the city with Bizarro in his arms. Using all his strength, he drives the monster straight into the top of a massive tower. The attack is powerful enough to pierce Bizarro's body. For a brief moment, Clark believes the fight is finally over, but then something terrifying happens. Bizarro's heart suddenly starts beating again. Within seconds, the monster breaks free and launches another attack. Before Superman can fully recover, Bizarro grabs him and drags him deep into the city's subway system. The creature slams Clark through walls, pillars, and massive concrete structures. The entire underground area shakes from the force of their battle. Superman struggles to get back on his feet and tries to fight back, but Bizarro is now stronger than ever. The monster delivers a devastating punch directly to Clark's jaw. The hit is so powerful that Superman crashes to the ground and cannot get up. Slowly, Bizarro walks toward his fallen enemy. Then he drives another brutal punch straight into Superman's chest. This time, Clark loses consciousness. With Superman completely helpless, Bizarro grabs his body and flies into space. As they travel farther away from Earth, Clark slowly regains consciousness. Every part of his body is in pain, and he is running out of strength. But one thought keeps him going: his family. Clark knows that if Bizarro survives, Lois, Jonathan, and Jordan will all be in danger. Refusing to give up, Superman gathers every bit of strength he has left and attacks again. He manages to kick Bizarro all the way to the moon. His goal is simple: if they continue fighting there, innocent people on Earth won't get hurt. Meanwhile, back on Earth, Lois and the boys return home. The barn is still burning from the earlier battle, so Jordan quickly uses his powers to put out the fire. After that, he focuses on something even more important: finding his grandfather. Jordan tries using his super hearing to listen for Sam's voice, hoping to discover where he is being held. At the same time, Lois repeatedly tries to contact Clark using a locator device. Unfortunately, Clark is far away, completely focused on surviving his battle with Bizarro. For one of the few times in his life, Superman is truly afraid, not because he might die, but because he might fail to protect the people he loves. Even so, he refuses to stop fighting. The battle continues for days. No matter how many times Superman hurts Bizarro, the monster keeps coming back. It feels like Clark is trapped in an endless war against an enemy that simply cannot die. While Jordan continues searching for both his father and grandfather, Lois heads to the newspaper office. There, she receives an unexpected visitor, Lex Luthor. The sight of him immediately puts her on edge. Lois demands to know where Sam is being held, but Lex only smiles. He refuses to reveal anything. Instead, he tells Lois that he is moving to Smallville. His reason is simple: he wants to stay close and personally watch the woman he blames for ruining his life. As the days pass, Jordan becomes more and more frustrated. No matter how hard he tries, he cannot find Sam. Eventually, guilt begins eating away at him. After all, he was the one who introduced his grandfather to the dating app where Sam met Cheryl. Jordan starts wondering if everything that happened is somehow his fault. Meanwhile, after his meeting with Lois, Lex makes a phone call to Cheryl. His orders are cold and direct: shoot Sam in the head, then shoot him in the heart. End it. After the call ends, Cheryl picks up her gun and approaches Sam. Knowing what is about to happen, Sam desperately tries to convince her not to listen to Lex. He promises that he can help her disappear: a new name, a new identity, a completely new life. But Cheryl sadly shakes her head. She knows Lex Luthor too well. In her eyes, nobody can hide from him forever. With tears in her eyes, she leans forward and kisses Sam goodbye. For a moment, it seems like his fate is sealed. But at the last second, Sam makes his move. He breaks free from his restraints and manages to knock the gun away. Cheryl is hit during the struggle and loses consciousness. Finally free, Sam rushes toward the exit. Unfortunately, his escape doesn't last long. As soon as he opens the door, Otis attacks him. The powerful hit knocks Sam to the ground. Later that night, Lex and Cheryl take the captured general to a remote location. There, they dig a grave, and horrifyingly, Sam is still alive. Lex then tells him something that makes the situation even worse. Superman is gone. According to Lex, Earth's greatest hero has finally been defeated. Then, without hesitation, he pushes Sam into the grave and leaves him buried alive. Back in Smallville, Jordan continues searching. Although he still cannot hear his grandfather, he suddenly hears Cheryl's voice. That small clue changes everything. Lois immediately tells Jordan to take her there. Together, they rush to the location. When they arrive, Jordan quickly deals with Otis while Lois confronts Cheryl. During the confrontation, Lois finally learns where her father has been buried. The moment Jordan hears the location, he takes off at super speed. Within moments, he reaches the gravesite. Working as fast as he can, he digs through the dirt and manages to pull Sam out just in time. The rescue comes only seconds before it is too late. Immediately afterward, Lois rushes her father to the hospital. Meanwhile, Lex's men quickly inform him that Sam has escaped. As Sam recovers, Lois finally lets her emotions out. She tells her father how scared she has been ever since Clark disappeared. Every day without hearing from him feels worse than the last. She is trying to stay strong, but deep down she is terrified. Far away from Earth, Superman continues fighting. Days have passed, yet he still refuses to quit. The thought of losing his family keeps pushing him forward. During one brutal moment, Bizarro smashes Clark against a massive rock formation. Desperate and exhausted, Superman decides to risk everything. He gathers all the energy in his eyes and unleashes an incredibly powerful burst of heat vision. The attack engulfs Bizarro in flames. For a moment, it seems like it might finally work, but once again, the monster survives. Not only that, he comes back even stronger. Before Clark can react, Bizarro slams him with a crushing blow. The hit is devastating. At last, Superman falls. Believing he has won, Bizarro grabs Clark's unconscious body and begins his journey back to Earth. His goal is terrifying. He wants the entire world to see their greatest hero defeated. When Lois sees Clark's lifeless body, her heart breaks. The shock is almost too much for her to handle. She wants to fall apart, but she knows her children need her. While trying to deal with her own grief, she does her best to comfort Jonathan and Jordan, who are struggling to accept what has happened. At the same time, Bizarro completes Lex's orders. He removes Superman's heart and delivers it directly to Lex Luthor. Without his heart, Clark's chances of survival become almost impossible. Refusing to give up, Lois immediately comes up with a plan. She tells Jordan to take his father's body to the Fortress of Solitude. There, Lara may still be able to help. Once Clark's body arrives at the fortress, Lara carefully examines him using Kryptonian technology. After studying his condition, she delivers some heartbreaking news. She promises to do everything she can. But saving Clark will be extremely difficult. Without his heart, his body cannot heal properly. Kryptonian abilities can repair many injuries, but they cannot easily replace a missing organ. The situation looks hopeless. Back home, Jordan refuses to accept defeat. He spends hours thinking about how he can get his father's heart back. The more he thinks about it, the more convinced he becomes that recovering the heart is Clark's only chance of survival. However, Jordan keeps his idea secret. He doesn't want Lois worrying even more than she already is. Instead, he talks to Jonathan. Together, the brothers try to figure out where Lex might be hiding the heart. Jonathan quickly reaches an obvious conclusion. If anyone has it, Lex Luthor does. The next morning, Jordan puts on his Superboy suit and heads straight to Lex. When he finally confronts him, he demands that Lex return his father's heart. Jordan tries to sound strong and threatening, but Lex immediately notices something. Jordan is hesitating. Deep down, the young hero isn't willing to cross certain lines. Lex can see it clearly. Because of that, he completely ignores Jordan's threats. Instead, he gives him a warning. The next time they meet, Jordan should be ready to do whatever it takes. Otherwise, he will never win. The conversation leaves Jordan frustrated and angry. That night, he feels like he has failed his father. Then suddenly, something unexpected happens. Jordan hears a heartbeat. For a moment, hope returns. He immediately believes it might be his father's missing heart. Jonathan warns him to be careful. Everything about the situation feels suspicious, but Jordan is desperate. Even if it is a trap, he feels like he has no choice. Meanwhile, Jonathan receives a call from Sarah. She tells him that Lex is currently at the diner. To Jonathan, this sounds like the perfect opportunity. If Lex is away from his hotel, someone could sneak inside and search for the heart, but things don't go according to plan. While Sarah steps away to talk with her mother, Lex suddenly disappears. Realizing something is wrong, Sarah quickly contacts Jonathan and tells him to get out before it's too late. At the same time, Jordan follows the heartbeat to a remote location. After a long search, he finally arrives. But the moment he gets there, he realizes the truth. The heartbeat was fake. He has been tricked. Suddenly, 4 armed men step out of hiding. Each of them is carrying kryptonite weapons. Without hesitation, they open fire. Even though the attacks hurt him, Jordan refuses to back down. He gets back on his feet and walks directly toward them. For a moment, it looks like he might win. Then another attack sends him crashing into a large container. The impact knocks him unconscious. A short time later, Jordan wakes up and quickly defeats the attackers. But before he can escape, Lex Luthor arrives. This time, Lex is prepared. He uses a powerful high-pitched sound that weakens Kryptonians. The painful noise leaves Jordan barely able to move. Helpless, he falls to the ground. Then Lex reveals the thing Jordan has been searching for all along, Superman's heart. For a brief second, Jordan thinks he still has a chance. But Lex has no intention of giving it back. Instead, he crushes the heart right in front of him. Jordan watches in horror. The last hope of saving his father disappears in an instant. Unable to stop it, he screams in pain and despair. Satisfied with his victory, Lex walks away. Broken and defeated, Jordan returns home and tells Lois and Jonathan what happened. The news destroys the little hope they still had. That night, the family travels to the Fortress of Solitude one final time. Since every possible way of saving Clark has failed, they realize it is time to say goodbye. As they stand beside him, they discover that Clark left something behind, a message. Years earlier, after building the fortress, Superman recorded a message for his family in case the worst ever happened. In the recording, Clark speaks directly to Lois, Jonathan, and Jordan. He explains that he uploaded all of his memories, knowledge, and experiences into the fortress. Even if he is gone, a part of him will always remain there. Whenever they need guidance, they can return and learn from him. But outside the fortress, they will have to continue without him. They will have to protect each other. The emotional message leaves everyone in tears. Later, after returning home, Jordan quickly realizes that Jonathan is still angry with him. The tension between the brothers keeps growing. Jonathan believes Jordan is partly responsible for everything that happened to their father. In his eyes, Jordan ignored all the warning signs and rushed straight into Lex Luthor's trap because he wanted to prove that he was a real superhero. Eventually, the argument became too much for Jordan. Filled with frustration and guilt, he punches a wall as hard as he can, but something unexpected happens. The moment his fist is injured, a strange change begins inside Jonathan. For the first time, hidden powers start to awaken within him. Suddenly, he can see through objects using X-ray vision. Even more surprising, his injured hand begins healing on its own. Jonathan can hardly believe what is happening. After years of watching Jordan develop abilities, he finally has powers of his own. Instead of feeling scared, he feels excited. He immediately begins testing his new abilities and spends time flying around the farm, amazed by what he can do. When Sam learns that Jonathan has developed powers, he becomes thrilled. To him, this means there may be a new hero ready to step up. Sam has always believed Jonathan has strong leadership skills. Unlike Jordan, who often lets his emotions control him, Jonathan stays calm and thinks before acting. Because of that, Sam believes Jonathan could become a huge asset for the Department of Defense. Later that afternoon, Sam welcomes John Henry and Natalie into his office. Since they have agreed to move to Metropolis, they are officially joining the Department of Defense. From this point forward, they will operate under their hero names. John Henry will be known as Steel. Natalie will be known as Starlight. Everything seems to be moving in a positive direction. But that peace does not last long. A short time later, Sam is left alone in his office. Suddenly, a man named Jones enters the room. Sam immediately senses that something is wrong. Jones then reveals a terrible truth. His family has been taken hostage by Lex Luthor. Because of that, he has been forced to follow Lex's orders. Moments later, Lex appears through a video call. He demands to know where his daughter Elizabeth is hiding, but Sam refuses to give him the information. No matter what happens, he intends to keep his promise and protect her. Seeing no other option, Sam tries to disarm Jones. Unfortunately, the plan fails. A gunshot rings out. Sam is hit in the stomach. As Jones escapes, Sam collapses to the floor. The wound is severe. He quickly realizes that he may not survive long enough for help to arrive. Desperate, Sam makes a dangerous decision. He injects himself with the same experimental serum that Bruno Mannheim once used. The serum contains samples connected to Superman's blood and was powerful enough to bring Bizarro back to life. Just then, Jonathan and Natalie arrive. Despite being badly injured, Sam immediately starts giving orders. He warns them that Lex is planning to send Bizarro to finish the job. Everyone needs to get out immediately. Without wasting any time, the building is evacuated. Soon afterward, Bizarro appears exactly as Sam predicted. Jonathan and Natalie fly out to stop him. Starlight launches powerful missiles directly at the monster. Huge explosions fill the sky. But Bizarro simply survives. The attacks barely slow him down. Then the monster grabs Jonathan. The pressure is so strong that Jonathan is almost crushed inside his own suit. Thankfully, Natalie reacts quickly and manages to rescue her father before it is too late. After escaping, Bizarro continues heading straight toward the Department of Defense. Back at the facility, Sam sees the monster approaching. Even though he is badly wounded, he walks forward to face him. At that moment, Lex calls one final time. He gives Sam one last chance to reveal Elizabeth's location, but Sam refuses again. He would rather die than betray his word. Moments later, Bizarro attacks. The general sacrifices himself and loses his life protecting the secret. When Lois learns what happened to her father, she is devastated. The grief overwhelms her, and she breaks down in tears. But before she can completely lose hope, Jonathan arrives with important information. According to Sam's final instructions, his body must be taken to the Fortress of Solitude. There is a reason for that. Before he died, Sam injected himself with the special serum that contained Superman's blood. That blood flowed through his heart. Now, his heart may be the key to bringing Clark back. For the first time in days, hope returns. At the fortress, preparations begin immediately. While the process is underway, Natalie brings Lois another surprise. Sam left behind a recorded message. In his farewell message, he speaks directly to his family. He tells them not to be sad. A part of him will always remain with them. Most importantly, he explains that his final gift will help bring Clark back to the people he loves. The message leaves everyone emotional. The next morning, the procedure is finally completed. Jonathan then returns Sam's body to Smallville. This time, the family is able to give him the funeral he deserves. Friends, family, and loved ones gather to honor the man who spent his entire life protecting others. Shortly after the ceremony, something incredible happens. A familiar figure appears. It is Clark, alive. The moment Lois sees him, she runs straight into his arms. All the fear, grief, and pain she has been carrying finally disappears. Moments later, Jordan and Jonathan realize their father has returned. Both boys rush toward him and embrace him tightly. For the first time in a long while, the family finally feels whole again. A few days later, Lois decides that enough is enough. She wants to make sure Lex Luthor can never hurt her family again. Using a tracker that once belonged to Sam, she attempts to contact Bizarro. Her hope is to reach whatever humanity might still exist inside him and stop the attacks before more innocent people die. However, Jonathan notices what she is doing and follows her. When Lois sees him, she immediately tells him to leave. The situation is far too dangerous, but Jonathan refuses to go. After everything their family has been through, he is not about to leave his mother alone. Just then, the monster finally appears. Instead of attacking right away, Lois tries something different. She speaks to him. Lois knows that no matter how much Bizarro has changed, there is still a part of Superman inside him. In his own world, he also had a wife and children. He also knew what it felt like to love a family and fear losing them. Using those memories, Lois tries to reach the small piece of humanity that still remains inside him. She talks about family, she talks about love, and most importantly, she talks about loss. Slowly, her words begin to affect him. For the first time in a long while, Bizarro hesitates. Instead of attacking, he listens. Eventually, Lois succeeds. The monster turns away and decides to abandon Lex Luthor. He no longer wants to follow Lex's orders, but Lex refuses to accept that. Determined to regain control, he steals Steel's armor and works with Milton to upgrade it, making it stronger and more dangerous than ever before. Meanwhile, Clark starts thinking about the future. After everything that has happened, he realizes that one day his sons may have to protect the world without him. Because of that, he begins training Jonathan and Jordan more seriously. Even though both boys are only half Kryptonian, Clark believes they can overcome their weaknesses through teamwork. One brother's strength can cover the other's weakness. Together, they can become stronger than either of them could alone. At the same time, Amanda finally begins questioning Lex's actions. When she learns that he plans to destroy Smallville, she is horrified. The people of the town have done nothing wrong. In her eyes, they should not suffer because of Lex's personal war against Superman. Amanda tries to reason with him. She tells him that innocent people do not deserve to die. Unfortunately, Lex does not appreciate being challenged. For the first time, Amanda realizes a painful truth. She was never truly important to him. She was only useful. After their conversation ends, Lex puts on his upgraded armor and goes searching for Bizarro. When he finds him, he manipulates him once again. Lex convinces the confused creature that Lois lied to him and tricked him. The lie works. Soon afterward, Superman and his sons hear terrifying screams coming from the mines. Knowing trouble is coming, Clark immediately tells Jonathan and Jordan to find their mother. Meanwhile, Lois is working at her office when Amanda suddenly arrives. She urgently warns Lois that Lex is preparing something terrible. At the mine, Superman arrives just in time to see Lex throwing explosives at Bizarro. The explosions tear through the creature. Once again, Bizarro dies, but everyone already knows what happens next. He comes back. This time, however, something is different. Lex has intentionally transformed him into something far worse, something far more dangerous. Apocalypse. When Lois sees the creature, she tries once again to reach him through words. But this time, there is no response. The familiar spark she once saw inside him is gone. The monster no longer recognizes her. The person he used to be has disappeared. A massive battle begins. While Superman focuses on stopping Apocalypse, Jonathan and Jordan split up to help the people of Smallville escape safely. Buildings are collapsing, people are running in fear, and chaos spreads through the town. Even with all the danger around her, Lois refuses to leave. She stays near the battlefield because she is worried about Clark. Then she watches in horror as Apocalypse nearly kills him. Desperate to save her husband, Lois calls for her son's help. Without hesitation, Jonathan and Jordan jump into action. Their goal is simple: distract the monster and pull him away from Superman. The plan works. As Apocalypse chases the boys, Lois rushes to Clark and helps him back onto his feet. When Superman realizes what his sons are doing, he becomes angry. Not because they failed, because they are risking their lives. Clark knows they are brave, but he still believes they are not ready to face something this dangerous on their own. Then Jonathan arrives with an idea, a risky one, but it might work. Following Clark's instructions, both brothers lure Apocalypse toward the center of town. The creature charges after them. At exactly the right moment, Jonathan launches a powerful hammer directly at him. The attack strikes Apocalypse and brings him down, for now, but Clark knows it won't last. The monster could wake up again at any second, so Superman makes a final decision. He grabs Apocalypse and flies into space. His destination is the sun. Unlike Superman, Apocalypse is weakened by Earth's yellow sun. Clark hopes it will finally end the threat once and for all. As they approach the sun, Apocalypse wakes up. For a brief moment, Superman sees something in his eyes: pain, confusion, suffering. Then Clark pushes him forward. The intense energy of the sun tears through the monster's body. Piece by piece, Apocalypse disintegrates until nothing remains. At last, the nightmare is over. Back on Earth, Lex refuses to give up. He goes after Amanda and launches a missile at her car. The explosion would have killed her instantly. Thankfully, Jonathan and Jordan arrive in time and save her life. They quickly take Amanda to Lois's office. There, she plans to expose every crime Lex Luthor has committed. A live broadcast is arranged. The truth is finally about to come out. But Lex has one last trick. Milton shuts down the transmission system before Amanda can speak. At the same time, Jonathan and Jordan come under attack. As the battle unfolds, Lois sees an opportunity. She approaches Lex and secretly plants a bomb on his armor. Seconds later, the explosive detonates. The blast damages the suit and creates an opening. Right on cue, Superman arrives. He immediately pulls Lex away from his family, but Lex fires a kryptonite dart directly into Clark's body. For a moment, things look dangerous. Then Clark does something unexpected. He rips the dart out and keeps fighting. Years of pain, loss, and anger finally explode out of him. Flying forward at full speed, Superman unleashes one massive punch. The hit destroys what remains of Lex's advantage. Meanwhile, Jonathan sneaks into Milton's hideout. After a short struggle, he captures the hacker and forces him to restore the broadcast signal. Once the signal returns, Lois immediately records Amanda's testimony. This time, the truth reaches everyone. Lex's crimes are finally exposed. With his armor destroyed and his plans ruined, Lex has nowhere left to run. Superman brings him back to Smallville and turns him over to the authorities. For the first time in a very long time, the Kent family can finally breathe. Clark wraps his arms around Lois, Jonathan, and Jordan. All of their enemies have been defeated. 1 year later, life looks very different. Family and friends gather for a beautiful wedding. Lois is honored with officiating the ceremony. Clark proudly watches as the next generation begins a new chapter of their lives. At the end of the celebration, Lois receives even more good news. Lex Luthor has officially been sentenced to life in prison, and this time, there will be no escape. Over the years that follow, Lois and Clark dedicate themselves to helping others. Together, they create a foundation that brings hope to countless people. At the same time, Clark focuses on preparing his sons for the future. He knows that one day they may need to carry on his legacy. The years pass quickly. Before long, Jonathan and Jordan become grown men. They build lives of their own, start families, and create new memories. Thanks to Sam's sacrifice, Lois and Clark are able to witness every one of those moments together. Decade after decade, they remain side by side. They never stop loving each other. They never stop supporting each other. For Clark, those years became the happiest of his life. But eventually, time catches up with everyone. As Lois grows older, her cancer returns. This time, her body is too weak to fight it. After spending a lifetime together, Clark is forced to say goodbye to the woman he loves. Her loss changes him forever. Even though his family remains close, a part of him always feels empty. Trying to fill that loneliness, Clark adopts a dog and names him Crypto. For several happy years, the two become inseparable companions. But eventually, Clark begins to grow weak as well. His heart starts failing. And one day, his long journey finally comes to an end. This time, however, it feels different. When Clark closes his eyes, he doesn't feel fear. He feels peace. Then something wonderful happens. He opens his eyes and sees Lois once again. After a lifetime of love, loss, sacrifice, and hope, they are finally reunited. And that is where this incredible story comes to an end.